Hey guys, I hope this finds you doing really well today. Last week we finished talking about the beginning of Isaiah 40:31. And that beginning of that verse talked about God renewing a strength in us, giving us a new strength when we have to persevere. The next phrase in that verse talks all about mounting up with wings like eagles. And to understand that, we have to take a look at what ancient Hebrew culture believed about eagles. They revered eagles. They like looked up to eagles. They revered them for the strength that they had to fly high and to soar. And they also revered them for the great courage they had. In that ancient Hebrew culture, when they would say phrases like wings like eagles, they were attributing those qualities to people. Those qualities we can have when we trust in the strength that God can give us. Those are characteristics that we can have, not just characteristics, those are qualities and things that we can have that God gives us to be able to have the courage, to be able to have the strength, to persevere. And when we do, we will find that we can soar through tough times, through times that we have to persevere, through times that we have to refuse to give up even when life gets hard. As we're going to learn this Sunday, Paul and Silas had one of those times. They were sent to Philippi to talk all about Jesus, and yet they ended up in prison. But before they were in prison, they were beaten with rods. Now that doesn't seem like a God-given mission to be put on. And they could have been complainers. They could have whined and complained while being in prison and, oh, why God did you send us here? And I don't think why is the right answer to ask. I think more what is the right answer, is the right question to ask. Asking the question, what do you have for us to do here, God, is a better way to look at that. And I think it's what Paul and Silas did. They asked, what could we do here? And so as you're going to learn this Sunday in the lesson, they sang praises and they prayed. And as a result, the jailer and others heard the testimony of Jesus and they gave their lives to him. They mounted up like wings, like eagles. They had the strength and the courage. And because they did, others learned about the truth about Jesus. And in our own lives, when we persevere through really hard times and we show that we have that strength, not a strength that's our own, but a strength that is completely God's, and a courage that's not our own, but it's a courage that's completely God's, people notice. And they notice us going through a hard time and we're still persevering because we know that God has a purpose. And that we can trust that God can use this if we give him permission to do it. And we can receive a renewed strength. And we can remain faithful because God is faithful to us. So as you lead your small groups this Sunday, I want you to think about how you can show them in your own life how you've had to go through times, you've had to persevere, you've had to refuse to give up even when things got hard. And you can encourage our kids that are in your small groups to do the same thing. And you can do that as well in your own families. I love you guys. Thank you so much for all you do for the kids ministry here at BNC. Thank you, thank you, thank you.